Hello. Kaya Wanju. Hello and welcome everyone. Before we begin today, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. On behalf of the City of Bayswater, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here today. I would like to acknowledge the following guests who are here. Marcia Maguire, Kath Snell, Razif Ismail, Maria Makatakni, Joanne and Peter Brookshaw, City of Bayswater Hub Connector volunteers, and I'd also like to acknowledge Michelle McKenzie, the CEO of Shelter WA, who is joining us via the live stream. I would also like to thank everyone joining us today through the live stream to celebrate the launch of Hub Connections from the Morley Library. The City of Bayswater launched our inaugural local homelessness strategy during Homelessness Week 2021, which reflects the aspirations of our community who told us what was important to them. Community consultation highlighted 4 areas to inform the implementation plan for the local homelessness strategy. These being 1. Preventing homelessness. 2. Safety for people experiencing homelessness. 3. Exiting homelessness. And 4. Service coordination and advocacy. As we all know, having a place to call home, a place where you feel safe, is vitally important to personal and family well-being. It is important that we view homelessness with a broad lens, as it includes rough sleeping, stays in supported crisis accommodation, couch surfing, living in boarding and rooming houses, and reliance on short-term stays in motels, hotels, and other forms of temporary lodging. Given the COVID pandemic, many residents have found themselves underemployed or unemployed and could be finding it difficult to keep up with rising rents and mortgages. The establishment of Hub Connections is the city's first place-based response under Priority 1, Preventing Homelessness. Libraries are well known to be places where people come to learn and a place to find a wide range of information and resources. Morley Library is one of 3 City of Bayswater libraries. The Morley Library was chosen to deliver Hub Connections as it is located within a high-demand precinct area which is easily accessible to public transport facilities and within close proximity to a number of local service providers. Homelessness is more often outside a person's control and can affect people of all ages at any time during their lives. Personal problems such as family breakdown, chronic health, disability or mental health conditions, family and domestic violence, alcohol and other drug dependency can also give rise to abrupt housing loss. Our city's rangers and security team regularly engages with people sleeping rough and provides information to help connect people to accommodation and services. The City of Bayswater is thankful to have a strong working relationship with Noongar Outreach Services. Challenging the stigma that is often associated with homelessness is possibly one of our biggest challenges, particularly for people who may not understand or have experienced its impact. Our community asked us how they could help to support people in their time of need. The City of Bayswater, caring for our community publication, provides our community with ways they can contribute, as well as learning about some of the services offered by our local homelessness service providers, such as 55 Central, Orana House, and Salvation Army in Morley. This will be updated in the coming months with the launch of Hub Connections. Volunteering is one way our community can make a difference. I'm proud to say that we have people in our community ready to share their skills and time to make that difference through becoming a Hub Connector volunteer. Before I talk more about Hub Connections, I'd like to invite Kath Snell, the CEO of United Way WA, and former Deputy Chairperson of the City of Bayswater Local Homelessness Advisory Committee, to talk a little more about how the City of Bayswater local homelessness strategy evolved.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the Mayor. It's a real privilege to be here today representing the Local Homelessness Advisory Committee, and I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners on the land that we are meeting today, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. The Local Homelessness Advisory Committee idea, I think, has been visionary. The inclusion of community voices via on-the-ground organisations is hugely important and appreciated across the sector. This kind of collaboration between local government and the community sector, as well as the inclusion of Shelter WA as the peak body, is, in my opinion, exactly what is required to understand the need and to help drive solutions. The City of Bayswater, in partnership with Shelter WA, have respectfully gathered knowledge, information, experience and opinions via our regular committee meetings, and the committee members were drawn from organisations operating relevant services in the City of Bayswater and some of the city councillors. In addition, we had a broader group of people come together for a workshop, giving people time and space and a framework to explore local issues and ideas and possible solutions. This way of operating has created what I feel is a realistic strategy and has resulted in practical and informed decision making. The opening of this hub today is a tangible and practical outcome of this alliance and this strategy. This hub will provide a useful and accessible service for people who might be at risk of homelessness, or people who are experiencing homelessness, or even people who are interested in finding out a little bit more so they can pass on the information. Personally, I thoroughly enjoyed my time as part of the committee and hearing the thoughts and ideas, stories that other providers were experiencing in this area. For me, as CEO of United Way WA, an organisation working in the areas of disadvantage, and as Vice Chair of Arana House, supporting women on their journey through family and domestic violence, understanding what is happening and having a voice in my local government authority where I live and work and volunteer has been vitally important to me and my need to contribute and to feel like I can influence. And I know that many of my fellow committee members felt the same way. Moving forward, the City has created the Vulnerable Persons Interagency Network. This keeps our collaborative way of working and sharing of information and ideas alive. And together we can discuss what's next as part of the strategy and ensure that this hub stays relevant and current and updated with applicable information. I truly believe that we can make a positive difference when we have people with passion, when we listen and find out the right information so we understand the problem, when we ask willing and committed people to help find solutions to the problem, and when we work together with a really united approach. We need resilience, we have to respond to changing circumstances, and we have to make sure that we stay informed, flexible, proactive, and can respond quickly, and together we can do that better. I believe that the City of Bayswater is one of the local government authorities leading the way in this style of collaborative working. I very much look forward to continuing working with the City in the area of homelessness, and I would like to thank the City and Shelter WA and my fellow committee members and stakeholders who have been a part of bringing this hub to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kath. As Kath mentioned, the City is working hard to continue to build strong alliances with local service providers, and we extend our thanks to Uniting Way WA for your support. The City will be sharing information with our local vulnerable persons interagency network and with neighbouring local government authorities to help strengthen service coordination. When the City started its work to establish hub connections, we reflected on the importance of reconciliation and strengthening relationships between Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and non-Indigenous peoples. As a sign of respect to the traditional owners, the Whadjuk people, the City engaged the artist services of Marcia Maguire to design the artwork for Hub Connections. We are very pleased to have Marcia here with us today. I'd like to share the meaning of the artwork for Hub Connections. Nala Maya, meaning our place, speaking of Bayswater as being everyone's community, inviting, caring, a home for many. The design includes symbols and traditional patterns that depict empathy, journey, and a place of home. This design was also inspired by a feeling of calmness using a sunrise colour palette. So thank you very much, Marcia. On behalf of the City of Bayswater, we really appreciate your artwork and the meaningful interpretation. Our Hub Connector volunteers will now be able to talk to the residents they interact with to talk about the meaning of Hub Connections. Now to speak more about our volunteers. Many have lived experience of homelessness. Many have worked in the community service sector or are currently completing relevant education in social work, social science, or community services. The City of Bayswater values our volunteers. We have carefully identified training opportunities to support and strengthen our hub connectors with knowledge, awareness, and capability to support our residents to the services. Excuse me. The diverse training program offered to Hub Connectors volunteers to date, some of which has been kindly funded and delivered by industry partners, which we are sincerely thankful for, includes Friend in Need by Anglicare WA, Family and Domestic Violence Awareness, Arana House, Safe Talk, funded by Niami National and delivered by Connection and Wellbeing Australia, Disability Access and Inclusion Awareness, Emotional Intelligence, Aboriginal Cultural Competence. Ooh, coughing. From here, the City will continue to identify training opportunities for our Hub Connector volunteers to ensure they can provide a trauma-informed, person-centred service to help to connect people experiencing or at risk of homelessness to the services they need. Hub Connections will be open at various times. Sorry, that's just my cough. Will be open from various times from Wednesday to Saturday. I will take that. Sorry. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Hub Connections will be open at various times from Wednesday to Saturday. Please visit the City of Bayswater Hub Connections webpage for more details. In closing, on behalf of the City of Bayswater, we are proud to be playing a key role in connecting and supporting individuals in our community to services they need by establishing Hub Connections as a service to contribute towards ending homelessness. Thank you.